Hi guys. Thanks for watching my videos. I really appreciate that. It's also been just very therapeutic for me to make them, and so I think that's why I'll continue with them. Um, okay, so I've had people ask me like, when did I know I was transgender? When, um, and honestly, a tiny part of me questioned my femininity, right? Because I was born biologically female. I understand that. I have female sex organs. I delivered two children. Like, I get that. However, my brain has never felt female. And I guess growing up before the age of the internet and growing up before the word transgender even existed, I've heard of the word transvestite, which is not correct. Transsexual is sometimes used. But for me, I just thought I was very, very masculine and tomboyish, if you will. Well, as the pandemic hit and I had time to reflect on myself, um, I started to realize more and more why I was feeling the way I was. So there's more to that, and I'm sure I'll share it later on. But I wanted to introduce to you this document that you can see behind the screen. When I've been in therapy for a couple of years now, and by the way, here's a therapy plug. Therapy has saved my life, and it is phenomenal. I think everyone needs therapy, even if everything's good in your life. It's great to have that non-biased person listening to you. Okay, so let me shrink this. This was written in February, so a while ago, and this is the first time that I used the name Johnny out loud to people outside of my inner circle at the time. My inner circle at the time was basically just my girlfriend. So um, I used this to a stranger, and I wanted to read this to you to kind of give you an idea of that experience. So this is called Saying It Out Loud. What's your name? The clerk asked me as I purchased my brand new black Fender guitar. The guitar is a gift to me as I navigate the stressful world of divorce. Little did this kind clerk know that that question sent my mind into a whirlwind of answers. I decided to try it out. I decided to take Johnny for a spin and see how I felt. Johnny, I finally managed to blurt out. I saw his pen scribble out the name and electricity shot through my core. Was it excitement? Was it anxiety? Why is that name making me feel this roller coaster of emotion? I stood next to my purchase waiting for the clerk to bag everything when it dawned on me. I knew exactly what I was feeling and why I was feeling it. Who knew that a mere two syllables formed with six letters could make me feel something I have not felt since childhood? Self love. Johnny has made his appearance, and it feels good, natural, and easy. I am not ready to bring Johnny to life, though. At the time, I wasn't. Now I'm. Johnny's totally here. This little experiment was exhilarating and very enlightening, but Johnny will need to remain in the closet just as Chelsea did until the time feels right. I hate talking in the third person. Why am I doing that? I think it's because I need to see the parts of me from an outside perspective to really separate them and understand which one feels most like home. My Aunt Heidi, a member of my inner circle, sent me the best advice, and the best way to capture it is in its original form. So here I just put a screenshot and I'm going to zoom in. Okay. So I said, honestly, Heidi, I'm terrified. Am I just going down a rabbit hole of experimenting because I finally can? Or do I actually feel like I am a different person? My heart tells me it's the latter, but it freaks me out. And she said, I think you should listen to your heart. But either way, it's your right to experiment and figure out who you are. You are allowed to try things on to see if they fit. Think of it like a new pair of shoes. Maybe you'll try something on and it will immediately feel awesome or immediately feel wrong. But most likely, it'll feel different and you'll need to spend some time walking around, breaking it in before you really know. I said, I like that. I just don't know. I just don't want to confuse my kids. She said, it's okay to try new names and pronouns in smaller circles first, if that feels more comfortable. But your kids will be fine. People change their names all the time. Joshua wants you to call him Josh now. Miss Stevens got married and now she's Mrs. Legrand. Kids adjust. They are so young and they are learning about the world from you. I used to think I was this, but it turns out I'm that. Isn't that cool? And I said, "You're so good." And she said, "So are you. You're a good person with a good heart, and you are allowed to be whoever you feel like you are. You can even change your mind every day if that feels good. No one else has the right to tell you who you are. You tell the world and let the world adjust or get out of your way." God, I get emotional kind of reading that because I totally forgot about that. Uh, I really love that. Okay, so to continue, I'll move over here. Now I'm going to finish reading this stuff. As I walked away from the music store with my guitar in hand and Johnny echoing in my ears, I could not help but reflect on those texts from my aunt. Figuring out who I am is exactly like the analogy Heidi shared with me. Think of it like a new pair of shoes. Maybe you'll try something on and it will immediately feel awesome, or immediately feel wrong. But most likely it'll feel different, and you will need to spend time walking around, breaking it in before you really know. What wise words. For now, I am taking my Johnny sneakers on a walk, and it feels pretty damn good. I really like that a lot. And so that is just a little snippet of what I wrote back in February. I shared that with my therapist, and we were really able to break it down. And I think that's one reason why I I knew Johnny was the right name for me. There are a lot of other reasons. I have an obsession with Johnny Cash. I love the guy, but more than that, it just feels good, natural, and easy. So for those of you um, that were wondering why I chose that name, there's not a clear-cut answer, but there is that experience that cemented it in my mind of using Johnny. So, all right, guys, thanks.